Hiya, I hope you're keeping well. Today I've just had a shower and let my hair dry naturally, done my tan, done all of those jobs that I probably never show you on a video, but they're using my most used products. So I thought I'd show you my everyday bits and pieces like that I do. When I get out of the shower, I'll put my hair in this quick dry towel and I try not to leave it too long, but I actually did leave it quite a while today. So because I've done that, I need to make sure I'm not putting too many products in, and then I'll give it a quick brush through with my Hershesons brush. This is lovely, it doesn't pull, and I mean, I always lose quite a bit of hair and I've got lots of knots, and I find that really lovely to just gently go through it. So it depends what I've used when I washed my hair. Sometimes I'll shampoo and condition in the shower, but a lot of the time I shampoo, come out of the shower, and then I use my K18 treatment. I've mentioned this before, this is a leave-in conditioner, but it doesn't give you that leave-in conditioner feel. It literally just kind of, you know, dissolves into the hair, if that's the right word. I started using this ages ago. I've already got it all over my top. So this is why I haven't filmed this for you before. This is the kind of stuff you want to be doing in your towel before you've got dressed. But anyway, Tom Smith, the hairdresser, recommended this to me. It's really good for, essentially, it is a patented technology designed to reverse any colour damage and I think heat damage. I'll need to read this again and double check. But whatever the technology is the reason my hair has grown longer. It had not grown for years and years, and when I started using this, I finally saw growth. So it's something that I really do recommend. I buy this and it's not cheap, and whenever I mention it, people will always say, oh my gosh, the price of it. I hear you, it is an investment, but what I find with it is, when I first started using it, I used it literally every wash. Then when I felt that my hair was getting to better condition, I staggered it to every few washes, and I only use it every few washes now, so it lasts me for ages. I used about 1.5 pumps there, but like 1 pump would be plenty. That's the 50ml bottle. I can't remember the last time I got that. You can get it on Cult Beauty. And my friend Sally has a permanent code. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I'll put it in the description. And she has like a discount on everything. So I always use her code and then you get 20% off. Now with K18, you have to wait 4 minutes before you do anything else. So I'm going to do the rest of my skincare and then come back to finish my hair. I'm going to start with my Confidence in an Eye Cream from It Cosmetics. I absolutely love this eye cream. It's really buttery. It just feels lovely, and I wear lenses and I usually wear quite a lot of makeup, so I just find it really soothing. See here, I get a little bit of, I think it's contact dermatitis or eczema. I used to get a big patch there. If you've been here for a while, you might remember. And I love using like colours and glitters in my makeup, but I can't always use them because that might flare up. So I just try and be a bit more careful when it's there. But I mean, it is December, so there's obviously going to be a few glitters on the go, let's be honest. But what I will say is I'm going to do tan next, and I never get tan anywhere near my eyes because it completely drives the contact dermatitis mad. I figured out quite early on that like if I would just put my moisturiser on, you know, when you mix your drops into your moisturiser and just kind of go all over, that sends my eyes straight into a flare up. So I avoid them. I'm also quite glad to show you my face just before I put anything on. So often in my videos, someone will say, what is that brightener you've used around your eyes? But actually, it's because my redness is in like a butterfly shape naturally. It makes it look like I've got something white there, but it's just because the redness is everywhere else. It's made that look whiter, but that it's so funny. Like, I actually am glad of the opportunity to show you this. And also the next thing will be, I'm going to moisturise all over, but I only put my tan in certain places, and again I'm avoiding my eyes, so other parts look a bit more brown and the whole thing causes a big contrast. So tan, this is something my friend Laura told me to film for you because I've figured out what works for me with tan. I would say 90% of the time I'm using my Vichy Mineral 89. I love this moisturiser. Really good for if you've got redness, but generally all skin types will love this. I was with a lovely journalist this week, Kirsty. She's fantastic. She writes for the Birmingham Mail and she does a lot of food pieces. And she was saying it is really important to her that, like, for food, you might be going to this lovely restaurant for one treat that you've saved up for ages, and it's your birthday or it's Christmas or it's a special occasion. And she just said, like, that really is something she always keeps in mind when she does a review. And I took that away and I thought, gosh, it's so true. This moisturiser is something that, if you have saved every penny, if you want to trust one thing will do a good job, if it's really a stretch for you to get it, it's something that I can really confidently say I am happy for you to spend your money on. It's brilliant. It's a really simple, hydrating, great moisturiser. I love it. What I will say, in addition, is that my skin at the moment is having these odd days where it is ridiculously dry. So most of the time a normal moisturiser will just keep me ticking along, and then the last few days I've felt this like sandpapery dryness. If I reach that point, again, a bit like the hair treatment, I'll use something richer until I'm back to a bit more of a normal place, or I'll use this in the morning and something richer in the evening. So I'm going to go with my richer option today, which is the Dr. Sam's Flawless Moisturiser Intense. I just want to point out the way these videos are timed. I think the video before this is going to be an advert where I'm using this moisturiser, but hopefully you can appreciate it's a bit of a like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? The reason I accepted that I would love to do the ad is because I do love this moisturiser. Now, this comes in like an original version, an intense version. This intense one, why I like it, is that it is really, really rich, but you can still use makeup over it if you want to, and it will absorb really well. Now, I'm going to use this. I'll do my neck and everything, to be honest, off camera, because I just smother myself everywhere. But I'm going to use this in a rich layer all over. And then the way I do my tan, this is like a way I would never recommend anyone use their products, but this is the one thing I do it for. I'm going to put a pipette directly onto my face. I never do that with anything else, and I think, like, no shade at all, but a lot of creators will do it because it looks pleasing in a video, and like, I'm fairly certain they're probably not doing that day to day. The only reason I'm doing it with my tan is, again, I'm filming like bits of this to show you, but on a normal evening I would have done my whole body with my tan, which I'll come on to. So then you can't wash your hands because you've just tanned them. So what I will do is put this on with a brush so that I don't have to wash my hands, that I will in theory have just freshly tanned. So I use the Isle of Paradise tanning drops. Love these. And I'm basically, I'm going to tell you the truth, I got two brushes ready, one that is really clean and one that is stained because I've used it for years and years. Really grappled with which version of myself I wanted to show you. I'm going to show you the real one. It is washed, but this brush, I've used it for years. It was originally white, but I've used it for tan for so long it's now stained. I very specifically like using this brush. It's the Perfecting Duo brush from Sculpted by Aimee, because I apply with this end and then I buff it out with the other end so that hopefully there's no clumps in my hairline. But basically, I don't do the tan all over. This video is already 10 minutes long. I can't believe this is War and Peace. But anyway, the reason I do it like this is because I'm so dry and because I'm so red. I love having a bit of tan on for many reasons, one of which being I've got these red parts here, these fairer parts here. The tan just helps to bridge the gap. However, because I'm so dry, it can cling and it ends up looking quite heavy all down here and like layering on top of the red and looking maybe even more dramatic. So I do, you know how many videos have you watched where it'll say, I've probably said it to you a million times, take your bronzer where the sun would naturally hit. I take my tan where the sun would naturally hit. I don't put it all over my face. I'm just getting these baby hairs out of the way so that nothing clings to them. I go around the edges. So really quickly, if you look, actually, You can even see the remnants of where I've done this before. A little bit of tan. I'm going to go all through my forehead. I'll get rid of that. Through the forehead, down the nose and through the cheeks. Kind of being gentle enough. And I want the majority to be on the forehead. And if you have a look at some of my videos, you'll actually see sometimes the CC cream looks a bit too fair on it because it's a match for everywhere else. And then it's a bit warmer up there. But then once I'm happy that that is everywhere, I'm just going to take the buffer end and really buff my hairline so that there's no clumping. There we go. Now, with tan, I always do my tan before bed. However, with my hair, I might do it early. It depends as well. I'll do it as early as I can in the evening to let it dry naturally. Today, I'm just going to the cinema. Perfect day to let it dry naturally. But also, if I'm diffusing it, I'll kind of try, if I can, to let it find its natural groove without the diffuser and then give it a zhuzh. Or I might do it the other way where I start it off and let it have a zhuzh. But I always try and let my hair go. What I was going to say is with the tan, I'll leave this a few hours before I put makeup over it. But a really good tip that I got from Jules, who is the founder of Isle of Paradise, you know, like when it's that night where you're shaving and washing your hair and doing all that and it gets to 7 o'clock and you just think, oh my God, like I cannot be bothered to do that now. Do it in the morning on a day that you're not going anywhere. So for me, if I really can't be bothered, but I know it's that time, first thing in the morning, get your tan on, get your hair done. It's done then, because as the day goes on is when I lose the will for those kinds of things. Right, tan's on. Let me just show you my lip balm. I've been actually gasping for lip balm the whole video because it would usually be the first thing I use. This Starface lip balm, which as you can see, I'm literally having to scrape out now because I'm at the bottom of it, is one of my favourite discoveries of the year. I was a judge in quite a few of the magazine beauty awards this year, and how they work is you get assigned a category, and when you sign up as a judge, they'll always say is there anything you can use or can't use? And obviously for me with skin, there's an awful lot of categories I can't use because of my rosacea. And I'll always say, if it's any easier, I love lips, I love tan, things that are, you know, a bit easier for me to do. So I got a lip category for one of them, my favourite category. I've always got dry lips. I feel like I never shut up about it. The Starface balm is one of the more affordable ones that I tried, and it's absolutely fab. I love how thick it is. Obviously I've used it right the way down now, so I'm scraping it out. Lovely and thick, but it's nice and small for your handbag. I want to say off the top of my head it was about £7. It's lasted me ages. I had some very, very expensive lip treatments in this category, and that one was wicked, like a cut above so many expensive ones. So I just thought I'd mention that. Okay. Hair wise, now what I'll do here is, my biggest bugbear with my hair is that the front is always frizzy and puffy, which is why you might have seen previous hair videos, and if not, you'll find them here on my page. Maxine is my hairdresser at Hershesons. She's absolutely fab, and Elliot cuts my hair at Hershesons, both fab, love them both. She will put some keratin treatment just through the front pieces so that they fall a bit less frizzy. It's not a straightening treatment, but it will soften the curl and just it removes all the frizz basically. So if I wanted to throw my hair in a messy bun, I know the front bits that are going to fall are nice and smooth, and I couldn't really care less what anything else is doing. I can't see it, it's none of my business. What I do when it's drying is tuck those behind my ears to smooth them out. The next wonder product I'm going to show you, if you're like me and you've got curly hair but it's thin, this A Curl Can Dream spray is great. I've been using it since August, and you can see there's probably like not even an inch gone from the top, and I've used it every time I've washed my hair, apart from if I've straightened it. What I've been doing with this, just because I've got wooden floors and I don't want to slip, is I just spray a bit of it into my hand, and like that much is loads, because too much weighs my hair down. The first thing I'll do, I'm always concentrating on the ends and then kind of take things up the way, is make sure I've got this in here, and then I'll kind of scrunch the shape in. Now, you know all these videos about Irish curls where it's straight on top and curly underneath? I have the opposite. I've got curly on top and straight underneath. So no matter what I do, these underneath bits for some reason will dry straight. So sometimes with my little mermaid waver, I'll go back in on those and add a bit of shape. I think, you know, when you just know your own hair, I left that in the towel a bit too long today, and if I put too much of that spray further forward, it will just be heavy. But I really love that. I've been using, I've got this Christmas set actually of the range, but I've been using this range, which is, I don't even know the name of it, Food for Soft Hydrating Shampoo from Matrix. I've been alternating between that range and like a fuchsia pink range, which is for bonding the hair, kind of similar vein to the K18, since about August. Other hair ranges I've used this year, there is a L'Oreal Professional, again magenta packaging. That hair range, if you like Baccarat Rouge, sorry my battery's about to go, if you like Baccarat Rouge, it smells like that. Lovely curl range. I've done about 2 rounds of that, and I used the L'Oreal Pro. They had a system that again was kind of bonding, similar to Olaplex, leave-in treatment, all of that. Have had some great curl things this year basically. Anyway, K18 is in, the A Curl Can Dream is in. The last thing I will do now is a bit of my Hershesons Air Dry Spray, and I'll just kind of go all over with this. And then tuck those behind my ears. That's me. Something I thought I'd mention while I'm generally in this world is, if I'd done all of this upstairs, I would have also done my Gatineau Gradual tan. This is one of those things that, you know, when something is almost so hyped that you're a bit like, yeah, I've heard about that so many times. I understand the hype. It's a lovely, lovely tan. Again, it's an investment, but a bottle will last you months and months, and I tan multiple times a week. What I really like about this, it's really hydrating, really creamy. You feel like you're just putting a body moisturiser on. I use a mitt to apply it. I've never had one streak, one accident with it. It's this lovely mixture of, the colour is soft enough that you can't go wrong with it, but it's deep enough that you feel like you've put some tan on, because that's why I can never be bothered with gradual tans, because I want to feel a difference the next day. You really feel a difference the next day. I'll take it like, I mean, I only ever tan places that are going to be on show, so I tend to just do like my neck, arms. If I'm wearing a dress, I'll do my legs, but like this time of year, I'm more often in my jeans or tights anyway, so I can't be bothered. It's absolutely lovely. Would really recommend that. And then another part of my evening routine, I get these little pens when I go and get my nails done. So I go to Nails Bab in Birmingham for my nails. Rosie is about to close the salon, but to be fair, it's lovely in a way, as much as it's a shame for those of us that have gone for so long. It's just because she's so busy doing other things that the salon is kind of not able to sustain itself while she's getting all of these lovely opportunities to travel and loads of stuff. But for example, like Tia and Carmen are going to be down the road right in the Jewellery Quarter, so there's still places, and Rosie's still taking bookings, like there's still places to see all the girls. But basically, if you do see them, NAF Pro is the brand, and basically it's these little pens that you click and then you've got your cuticle oil. And to be honest, whenever I'm nervous without realising, I pick at my nails, and you can really tell like my mental state depending on, I daren't show you the other thumb, but clearly I've been in an unhinged mental state. But I just have the cuticle oil by the TV, I've got one by my bed, keep putting it on in the evenings. The difference it will make to how long your nails last is unbelievable. And also, like, I am looking at that bad thumb. I know if I put this on a few times today, it will be significantly different tomorrow. But that is my getting ready routine. And isn't it funny, like the amount of videos that I'll make about makeup? The thing with makeup is there's always newness, there's always new colours, new shapes to try, new things to do. But actually the stuff I use day in, day out is the stuff in my room that I probably never show you. So in terms of this being like a most used products account, these are some of the things that I've probably repurchased the most out of anything I've ever shown you. But anyway, have a lovely day and I'll chat to you soon. And then I filmed this about an hour later. See how those front pieces are a bit smoother where they've been behind my ear, but they still have a bit of a bend to them. And then my hair is starting to dry, but because I put the products on wet, they're not like overlaid with product or crunchy or anything. They've just kind of softened in, and then my hair will probably look nicer tomorrow once I've slept on it.